Hello Booktube, it's Ben here from the UK Historian channel. In my last video I mentioned that I'd had another book delivery from Pen and Sword Books. So I thought, well, I'll do a video for that, but then realised there's probably too many books in the order to have in one video, or else time's going to be ticking on. So I've decided to split the delivery into half, and I'll show you the first half of the books I got now, and then obviously I'll do the next video for you tomorrow. Okay, so these books are all from Pen and Sword Books, and thank you very much to Rosie, who sends me these books sort of every 2 to 3 weeks. They're gratefully received and all very well read. Right, first book we have is Field Marshal Claude Auchinleck. This is written by Evan McGilvray, and it's all about the life of obviously Claude Auchinleck. I'm probably saying his surname slightly wrong, but he's an interesting character. Served in the British Army and the Indian Army through World War II. He was in places like obviously India, Iraq, and then he was also played a big role in North Africa. So his career kind of had ups and downs. So this is like a review of his career, or let's see, Evan McGilvray appraises Auchinleck's long and varied career in its entirety. So that looks like it should be quite interesting. That's Field Marshal Claude Auchinleck, written by Evan McGilvray. Right, the second book up is Fighters in the Blood, the story of a Spitfire pilot and son who followed in his footsteps. And this is written by Air Marshal Black Robertson. Now I've heard a little bit about this story already, because my wife knows a lady who's the cousin of the writer. So I've heard kind of like snippets of information from them, and she's keen on me giving this book a review, telling her how it is, and would just generally like to know my opinion. So it sounds like a good book, and I'm always interested in the Battle of Britain. Right, the third one, sorry, is Frank Pantridge, MC, Japanese prisoner of war and inventor of the portable defibrillator. There's a bit of a tongue twister. Portable defibrillator, and that's written by Cecil Lowry. And this one, well, just looks interesting anyway, purely because he was a prisoner of war in Japan, and he's managed to survive that and then go on to obviously have a later life in which he's designed this life-saving machine. So this should be good. It's just a thin book, but there should be some good detail in that one. That's the back cover. Right, fourth one. Let's do all the war ones first. Right. Images of War, Hell in the Central Pacific. The Palau Islands, 1944, written by John Diamond. Now, if you've been to Pen and Sword, this is like a series, and I don't know, there must be at least 20 books in total, and I find them fascinating. They're basically a book, kind of half of it's images of war, so they dominate the book, but also the text you get in them, the text that accompanies all the photographs, all the information is excellent and compares very excellently and very well to just the normal written books where you just get the odd photo in the middle of the book. This Images of War series is, in my opinion, brilliant and one of the best book series that Pen and Sword do. So if you get a chance to have a look at this one, or there's a vast number of different ones that they do, take a look and you won't be disappointed. They are good. Right, next one is, we're moving away from the military ones now. This one, Living on the Edge of Empire, The Objects and People of Hadrian's Wall. And this is written by Rob Collins and the curators of Hadrian's Wall. So we've gone a bit different here. And it's obviously full of like little pictures, lots of archaeology and items they've found along Hadrian's Wall and the surrounding areas. And it looks like a really good read. And it's obviously not the same, but it's similar to these books that have been released in the past couple of years. Like, you know, I've got one over here. First World War in 100 objects, and there's also one on the home front. There's also a Napoleonic War one, and I think a couple more. Oh, there's 100 objects from Nazi Germany as well. But it's just items that, you know, are obvious and we all know about and we've all seen, but then also other items that you don't really know about, or they've been kept secret or hidden from general viewership. And the books are really interesting, and I find the books about objects quite fascinating. The next one, if you're into genealogy, is A Guide to Tracing Your Family History Using the Census, and that's by Emma Jolly. I've read 3 or 4 of these types of books. The Guide to Tracing Your Family through, if you've got Irish ancestors, Scottish ancestors, and I think I've read the one about the poor and the workhouses, how to trace your relatives through that. They're an excellent guide. I can't recommend them enough, because the information and the contacts and details, most of them seem to be web based, but they're so numerous that they are a fantastic guide. If you're into genealogy or your family history, take a look at them. And the last 2, which are similar, we've got Panzer III, and then we've got Panther Tanks. These are Tankcraft books. Really, they're a bit like, do you remember the Haynes Annuals for cars? And it gives you all the specifications, design, paintwork, all the specifications. That's really what these are, and it's accompanied by fantastic photographs, all throughout, and all the different paint schemes that they've used when they've gone into the various different theatres of war. And actually, if you're into model making or design, and you're always painting your soldiers, tanks, battleships, whatever, these books are fantastic because they get close up with the photographs, and the designs and colour schemes are brilliant. Anyway, that's the first part of the book haul or book delivery, and we'll be back tomorrow with the second half of the parcel. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you then.